Nigel Farage, you're wearing your Trump pin today, showing your loyalty. What sort of deal do you think the UK can get with a protectionist United States? We've had an openly protectionist speech from Donald Trump.
No, Trump is not protectionist, but Trump is choosy. And what Trump is saying is that actually countries like China, through government subsidy, through, for example, the steel industry, have beggared parts of Britain, Europe and America through their policy, through their aim to take a share of world markets. Trump is not protectionist. Trump is not isolationist. He wants to do free trade deals with countries that he thinks are on equal terms. So he sees the United Kingdom as a very good starting point.
But are we on equal terms? The UK is 60 million people against the United States. They're saying they're going to fight for their best interests on a bilateral basis across the world. Isn't it better sticking with a multilateral system?
Oh, no. The multilateral system hit the wall years ago. Whilst we had decades of progress through GATT and WTO, the whole thing, post-Uruguay round, just hit the wall. And what you've seen, really interestingly, what you've seen in the last decade are countries, little countries like Switzerland, South Korea, Singapore, Chile, countries with tiddly populations who've negotiated far better, more beneficial trade deals than any big bloc like the European Union.
But that isn't true. If you look at Switzerland, for example, it doesn't have the same deal on services. It doesn't have that ability to negotiate because it's just not strong enough.
My father's got a Japanese car. He paid a 10% tariff on it. If he was Swiss, he'd have paid nothing. Japan has got trade deals all over the world, which we as European Union members have not got. The point is, actually, we're living in a world where bilateralism is back in a big, big way. That is what Trump believes in. He also believes in nation-state democracy, which is why this place sees him as an enemy of the European Union.
Both Trump and his proposed ambassador have said they would like to see the breakup of the EU. That would cause a great deal of instability. And our biggest trading partner still, whether you like it or not, is the EU. How is that in the UK's interest or in US interest?
Well, to break up a failed structure that was imposed upon the peoples of Europe without anybody ever giving their consent. And when they did object to it in referendums, they were overridden or made to vote again. This is a monstrosity. The absolute democratic monstrosity that is failing in economic terms, is not even bringing the peoples of Europe closer together. In fact, I see huge enmities now that have broken out between North and South. There is always a worry, there is always a fear that when the status quo changes, there will be instability. Actually, in realistic terms, I think I can see a Europe. And whether it's 5 years away or whether it's 10 years away, I don't quite know. But I can see a Europe that is incredibly close, where we're trading, we're cooperating, we've got student exchanges, we'll probably agree some sensible common minimum standards. There'll be lots of things from this system that we think are good ideas, but we'll do it as sovereign democratic nation states that are members of a club, as opposed to people who've given away their authority to an unelected commissioner. And that's the fundamental difference.
But isn't that an excellent description what we have? We have sovereign states who are part of a club. That's what you're leaving.
No. If every single British voter, if every single British MP, if every single successive British government opposes just one European law, there is nothing we can do to change it. And when you join a club like this, you surrender democracy. And that's really at the heart of this. People do have identities. And the idea you can impose a European identity upon diverse countries such as Greece or Ireland, it just doesn't work. So this has failed, but maybe I'll come back. When there's a new Europe, the sovereign states working together, maybe I'll come back because I believe in that.